Hey everyone, so I'm coming back after 2 weeks being off the gym. After my last competition, I feel great. I have some more calories in me. I'm actually stronger than I thought I was. I'm not quite where I was at before I started cutting. It was really depleted. That's probably going to take like a month and a half to get there. Today I'm going to focus on rear delts. I'm going to do a little bit of side and front as well, but the emphasis is going to be on the rear delts. Then I'm going to come back and later on and do my back, and the emphasis will be the upper back, just to really get a lot of that upper back area some focus today. So I'm gonna start off with some barbell face pulls. It's like a bent over row, but it's a actual face pull. I'm gonna come up here, and that's gonna actually put all the emphasis right here. I'm gonna use straps because I want to limit the forearms and the grip to get in the way. Since it's heavier, I don't want my grip to fail. I really want to get as much as I can out them rear delts. Also, I worked out forearms yesterday, and I haven't worked out forearms directly since I was a teenager. They actually don't feel sore like that, and it's because the forearms get a lot of work in, not direct work, but I'm picking up heavy ass weights, so no matter what, the forearm has to get involved. I just haven't done direct forearm work in years. They feel pretty good. Yesterday I got a crazy pump in them, but let's see after I start warming up and they start working out and putting some work in. Let's see how they feel then. But even if I didn't do the forearm, I still want to limit it, losing grip and the grip being my limited factor. So I'm gonna warm up, then I'm gonna put some weight to this. So I'm gonna bend over just like a bent over row, and I come up right there, and that's gonna target the upper back area and the rear delts. If you notice, I've been increasing the weight little by little. As I got older, I realized, I like permanent up. It's a little bit safer, and it lets me gauge my power and strength for that day. Like, your strength is not always the same. It always fluctuates a little bit here and there, depending on how you slept, if you stress, how you ate, if you have something going on in your body, fighting off a cold, or you just have something going on in your body. So by per minute, I can really gauge my strength, and I don't think it's a waste of time because it allows me to warm up properly. And also, if it's kind of light, I can just slow down the reps, really focusing on targeting the muscle and really getting more repetitions. And as I increase the weights, I can get less repetitions and focus more on strength. And this allows me to really gauge my strength and really get good, clean reps and then get strength at the end. So I like doing that. I think it's safer, especially when you get older. I'm not that old. I'm only 39, but it does become riskier. Like when you're younger in your 20s and stuff like that, it's easier to recover. So when I was younger, I just jumped in, like warm up like really quick. I always warmed up, thank God I was taught to warm up. But it would be a quick warm up and I would just try to jump up real quick to my maximum weight. And I ain't trying to do that right now because I'm not trying to, God forbid any injuries or nothing like that. That feel real good. I'm actually gonna increase the weight one more time. I'm connecting with it. I was gonna do 4 sets, but I feel like I'm really connecting with this exercise. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another set. That's the thing, sometimes you have a program. Of course, when you're beginning, you wanna always follow that program, but as you progress in your training and become more advanced and learn more about training, if you're connecting with an exercise, just because you said you was gonna do 3 that day, and don't just go to the next exercise if you feel really strong that day and really connecting with that exercise. I do recommend though that if you say you're gonna do 3, do the 3, don't do less. If you're not feeling that day, just go a little lighter and do the 3 sets. But a lot of mistakes I see a lot of people doing is being really rigid in their workout and not changing it at all, depending on how they feel. And that's a mistake because your body doesn't know numbers, it doesn't know weights, it doesn't know repetitions or sets like that. And as you get to know your body, sometimes it's better to train, by feeling and some stuff like that. But you really got to get advanced to really understand that. At the beginning, stick to the rep ranges, stick to the sets, and as you get to really focus on the muscle and really feel it, later on you can do what I'm talking about. I lied, that felt real good. I'm doing another set. Okay, so what did I learn this off season? Well, not this off season, during the season of me competing, these 4 shows I did. So what I learned was, first is not to get too bulky, which I gained too much fat. I was literally fat. Despite hearing numerous warnings of online influencers and just being knowledgeable about exercise and stuff like that, I still bulked up too much, I think, and I gained a lot of fat. So that made me cut going slower down. Also, I try to come in a little bit more heavier during the first few competitions, which was a mistake. It just made me look a little watery and not as conditioned. And the first one I was a little too chubby, the gut. So yeah, I just got to come in more conditioned. Forget trying to come in more bulkier. I'm short, so I need to focus on the condition more than anything like that. So this time when I cut, I got like 7 months before I even start cutting. I'm really focused on trying to stay around this weight right now. I like this weight, maybe a few pounds heavier, and then not cut as hard and fast. Take my time slowly, because that's the way. If you cut too fast, you can lose muscle. If you take your time slowly, your body will hold the muscle a little bit longer while it adjusts and stuff like that. If you just cut really fast, your body will start getting rid of that muscle quicker. So I'm gonna try to stay around. I'm 145 this morning. Try to stay around this weight. The max are probably 150, 152 around it if I do want to go up. But I don't want to go up really quick. I just want to go up the same way I'm coming down, slowly. So I'm trying to gain some muscle while I'm also bulking. So I'm gonna get into the face pulls. So I'm gonna do them standing up. Sometimes you can do them kneeling down. Sometimes you can use the rowing machine and doing that way. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do them kneeling down. I haven't done them kneeling down in a while. I always focus on standing up, just to have variation. You're just going put your knee down, stretch out. Let me adjust the camera a little bit because I had the camera adjusted for this distance. Oh, now that we got there, just go kneel down and basically perform a face pull. Wait, this is too low. You still want it to come up from up top. That's the way you pull in this way. If I was to come from the bottom, it would come this way, and I would have to engage my lats pull as well. So by coming up top, I'm just focusing on right there. So you can either come straight forward or a little bit on it, on the decline this way or incline that way, whichever way you want to look at it. So by doing it that way, you have a little bit more stability. When you're up here, if you go too heavy, you have to engage the core. Kneeling down gives you a little bit more stability. So the rear delt is one of the muscles that's really neglected. I used to neglect it before I got into bodybuilding. I think a lot of people neglect it. A lot of people do the front delt, the side delt, but they really neglect the rear delt. And what that does is it really moves the shoulder forward because it's strong. So you won't notice it, but what's happening internally, the shoulder is stronger here and this is weaker. So it puts a lot of strain right here. A lot of people always complain about achy shoulders when they're lifting and stuff like that. And it's because their shoulders are rotating back. So by doing a rear delt, you help with that posture, really standing you up, and also strengthening that shoulder and rolling that shoulder back. So your shoulder will naturally come this way because you're stronger. So that's an important part. Don't neglect the rear delts. I did it for years until I got into bodybuilding, and it actually helps with the shoulder little achiness. So I'm gonna do. Hold on, let me get my breath. I was really quick. I was talking really fast. So now I'm gonna do what are these called? Anyway, look them up. I can't think right now. Flies, one hand fly, delt rear flies. There you go. So what you want to do is you want to keep it as much as close to the machine is not always going to align perfectly, but you want to keep it aligned right here with your shoulder, like shoulder height right here, and really pull with the rear delt. Don't go too back and pull right here. You're gonna pull with that trap. So you just want to come here and don't bend the elbow and do this, because that'll just be triceps. You can do triceps with the cable this way, but we're not focusing on that. So you just want to keep the arm straight, and you really want to come out, get a stretch, and that's enough right there, because anything more will get the trap involved. So this is good right here, and then try to get that stretch right here. You don't really got to go too heavy on this. You're probably not going to be able to go too heavy on this, because the shoulder, you could get it big, but it's not really a big muscle compared to other muscles. So especially that rear delt, it's not going to be as strong as the front delt or the side delt. It's kind of too light. I'm going to increase it the next set. Well, I'm actually going to keep that weight to really get a good stretch and get the reps in. So I'm going to finish up with rear delt flies. So for rear delt flies, you want to bring the cable down, right? And you wanna, I usually do this, one leg a little staggered. You bend down. I use his arm. You can do this and come down. I feel like if I put my arm under here, I get the center of gravity really strong, and I can hold this leg and anchor here. So I'm really anchored in while I'm bent over and really pulling like that. So I like this position. It works for me. If you don't like it, you can anchor yourself this way, but you should probably, stable yourself before doing a fly. Oh, shit. That is it for today's workout. I'm gonna do 20 minutes on the treadmill, do some cardio, then I'm out of here. See y'all. Be safe out there.